about with AJ and I am at beautiful Lakeshore Park, but not to enjoy the beach or the playground, but to enjoy the lights on the lake. But before we take a look at just how fabulous this display is during this holiday season, let's take a look behind the scenes at just how much work goes into this. Come on.
So we are here with Rick Coblitz of Ashtabula County's Lights on the Lake. And the first question that I have for you is, how did this amazing project get started?
Well, actually, we started with a meeting with some members of the Chamber of Commerce about 25 years ago in some discussions, and then things were put on hold until 17 years ago when we started raising money, and this is our 15th season of being open. So a lot of community-minded people that were just interested in finding a winter activity for families in Ashtabula County and something to showcase our beautiful Lakeshore Park. So it was a combined effort to do that, and it has continued on and worked pretty well for those 15 years.
What is the biggest challenge with Lights on the Lake? It's a huge display. It must be very time-consuming to undertake and get all set up. How does that all come together, and what's the biggest challenge?
Yeah, we actually start setting it up in the middle of October. Some of the displays are very large and heavy and actually take a piece of equipment to install, and so we have a lot of volunteers and some other help that we gather to put the displays up. There are over 70 displays, and so it takes us quite a while in between putting them up and tweaking the displays so they're operating properly. It takes us about 5 weeks, mostly on the weekends. We have people that put the displays up, and then the week after they're put up, we have a team from Ashta that comes over and helps us wire everything. And then we have to go through, and it's the process we're in right now, of turning on and looking at every display to make sure that it's working properly, that the sequences are going in the right way, that the bulbs are facing in the right direction. It's a very time-consuming process, and of course, this time of the year the weather can not be really good, so we try to pick days where the temperatures are a little warmer so we can work without gloves and test everything out so that we can open the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Is it your job to check every bulb?
Not my personal job, but the committee, yes. The committee and some volunteers walk through and try to check most of the bulbs. If they require a ladder, that's not my department, and somebody will hopefully come back after and do that. We make notes of what needs to be done. As I was explaining to somebody the other day, part of the problem is it needs to be dark to find the problems, but it needs to be light to fix a lot of them. So you kind of have to go through and say, yeah, I need to come back later and do this and do that. But tightening bulbs and replacing them, we can all do while the power's on.
So it seems like every year when my family drives through, because that is part of our holiday tradition, we always seem to see something new. Is there something that we can look forward to seeing that might be new this year?
Yeah, the biggest thing that we added last year was, although we added a couple little displays, the biggest thing was a synchronized music display, which you can turn your radio station on in your car and you can listen to the music. And while you're doing that, the trees and lights and stuff will dance to the music. We've added to that this year. I haven't seen it yet. It probably won't be set up until just before we open. But we've added a Christmas tree that does unfold some very interesting things, and some more lights, and a couple new songs. We actually had like 5 songs. Most people didn't sit or hang around long enough to see them. They maybe saw one and then drove off, but they can park in the parking lot and listen to the music on the radio. Nobody is allowed out of their cars. And try to see the display. It's a little bit cramped in the parking lot when somebody pulls in front of you, but that's the best that we can do with that. But they're really neat, working synchronized to the music.
This sounds like a huge undertaking, and obviously it's not a one-man show. How many folks help you out, and who's helping you out?
Well, it'll be a little bit different this year, but generally we have about 100 people that work on this, between ticket taking and setting up the displays, our board. We get a lot of help to do it. We have sponsors that kick in if we need something done or a special project done. We have people like Larry Fargo of Fargo Machine is building us a box for our donations this year. People are really good about helping with Lights on the Lake. You know, it's got a good history, and people like helping us out. Everybody, all the volunteers like being down there and greeting people when they come through in their cars. Everybody smiles, you know, so it's a nice positive feeling. And that's one of the reasons why we wanted to continue it this year, even under the COVID situation.
So let's talk about COVID, because I understand that this year that part of Lights on the Lake will look a little different.
Yes, we've been working with the health department and have an approved plan for Lights on the Lake this year, because most people that come visit, all people really that come visit, are family groups that are in their own car, and no one is allowed out of a car. It's considered to be safe that way. We will not be handing out candy or brochures or bags as we have in the past this year, and we will not be able to take any money or give any change. We do have a box set up to take donations, so anything somebody feels they can give, we appreciate, because we know this is going to cost us money this year, but we felt in this COVID environment that it's something the community needed. And that was really why the event was started in the first place, because it was something the community needs. And we didn't want to close it down just because of the disease. So all of our volunteers will be wearing masks. We won't be touching anything. Like I said, if you come with, you know, the recommended donation is $5. If you come with that, there'll be a place for you to put it in the chute, but we won't be able to give you any change. If you want to buy tickets in advance, they're available. The ticket can be used for entry. It also enters you into a raffle where the cash prize is $500, which is donated by a couple local industries. It does not come out of our the Lights on the Lake funds, because we're a nonprofit organization and didn't feel that was something we should do. But if you have a ticket, then you can just drop that in the chute. If you want to, we usually have a lot of cars that give us more than what we're asking and ask us to pay it forward to the cars coming in behind them. This year, you'll just have to, you know, make the donation, and it will automatically, you know, cover some people that can't make a donation.
If I wanted to purchase tickets either for myself or maybe as a fun little gift for somebody this holiday season, where can I go to get those tickets?
Okay, we have them spread out throughout the county in a number of locations. You can pick them up at my office, which is A. Lewis Supply Company. You can pick them up at Ashtabula Insurance Center, EB and Company in the mall, Richard's Barbershop in the harbor, Ultimate Appearance in downtown Ashtabula, Orlando Brothers Golden Dawn in Kingsville, and the Ashtabula County Nursing Home has some tickets. You probably don't want to go into there. Or you can call, we have a phone number, 440-993-1051. And if you call that number, we can get you tickets, or you can come in. That's at my office, and you can get tickets there. Also, you can get information on the event and on the tickets on our website, which is and then it's the letters of Ashtabula County Lights on the Lake. And I always have a hard time getting that if I'm not looking at it.
I will make sure that we put that link in our comment section of this video.
Yeah, it is aclotl.com. And that's a place to go for the most recent updated information. If we have any storm closures, or if anything changes with the event, it'll be posted on that website. It also has our COVID rules on there so that we can keep everybody safe. I guess I would just like to add that, the Lights on the Lake Committee, the board is holding this event for the community. We want people to come down and continue the traditions that a lot of people have started by doing this as a family activity, but we want to be people very safe in doing it. We will have people there for traffic control, but we will not be mixing and mingling with people as we normally do, and we want everybody to be happy and safe when they come down.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to tell us about it. We're excited to see it, can't wait to see it, and we appreciate you and your team for bringing this awesome event to Ashtabula County.
Okay, and thank you very much for inviting us to do this. Remember, we are open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from the day after Thanksgiving, which is the 27th this year, through the 27th of December. We normally are open 6 to 9. For Christmas Eve and Christmas, which happen to fall around the weekend, we'll be open from 6 to 8. But otherwise, we'll be down there to welcome you.